Okay, so I wanted to go over Integromat a little bit here. Some have asked about Aweber and other services. So I'm going to go ahead and do up an example for you here. So the same software product right here that we did an example on, I'm going to go ahead and click Edit. And as of today, I've added a send capture data right here on the edit screen as well. In case you decide to add Integromat after the fact, they request that you send the data that it's going to be capturing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Integromat here, and after I first log in, you can see I've just got a free account. I haven't sent very many requests to their system, but you'll see underneath the different options here, I can send up to 1,000 operations or 100 megabytes of data for the month underneath the free tier. The next tier up, the basic tier, is for $9 a month and gives you 10 times the amount of operations and data. But I'm just using the free version here, so I'm going to first go straight over to scenarios and create new scenario. Now from this I can go ahead and select it down here for what I want to do, or I could type in Aweber and select it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a system that I use for emailing an autoresponder service, MailerLite. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and click continue. And the first thing you're going to want to do is click on this, and it's going to show you intervals, but you're going to want to click the question mark here. And we're going to add MailerLite, and we're going to add subscriber to group. So we've got that over here. And we don't have a trigger for this yet. So as we see here, it says we need to make a connection and set the group information and so forth. So what we can do here is go ahead and add a trigger. So I'm going to use a basic trigger. MailerLite, add subscriber to group. This one here I can go ahead and remove it. There we go. Trigger must be the first one in this scenario. And instead of using tools right here, we're wanting to put a trigger, and we're going to use a webhook. So let me click on webhooks here, and we're going to use custom webhook instant. There we go. And all I'm doing is just dragging this little bubble over here to attach these two. Module is not set up. Okay. So when we click this, it asks us about a webhook. So we're going to say add my custom webhook. You can lock it down to your IP if you want. I'm going to click save. And I'm going to copy this URL list. Now we see here that it's trying to capture, and we could click that to stop, but what we want to do is come over to our product, put it in here, send capture data. This little window is going to pop up here, test data sent. When we come over here, it says successfully determined. We click OK. Now we can go ahead and click on the MailerLite. It's loading the fields and everything. So the connection here is my MailerLite connection, which is this over here. I can go ahead and choose a group because I've already connected my MailerLite account previously. So I could put TJ Gaushas Web Services. Underneath email, I just click in this, and it shows you the variables that are sent to the webhook. Okay, that's why we sent the information right here with the send capture data, is so that it can pass the fields that we're going to be using. So for name, we'll go ahead and put email, we'll put email, name, project. I'm going to drop it down here in interest. Now, over in MailerLite, I can set up additional columns for different groups and what have you for my list, so my custom fields, and email here. Now, what that'll do for me is I can later then prospect to these people interested in a specific product. Later, I can go ahead and add their Facebook URL if I find it out. So these are all things I can do. And if you scroll up or down on your mouse, it resizes things for you. So I click OK. The trigger must be the first module in the scenario. So this will happen sometimes, and I figured this out the hard way. Sometimes dragging in a webhook like this, it's not necessarily a trigger for the first thing. So what you want to do once you've got this, just click the question mark, click webhooks, click custom webhook right here, and now it contains the little trigger thing down here. So we're going to say my custom webhook, copy this URL, click on redetermine data, paste it in here, send capture data, wait for this to load, close it, come back here, it's got the information, we can delete that one and connect these two. But now since there's a new connection, we have to click this and set our dynamic fields again real quick. So let's go ahead and delete these, add them back in there, name, email, and email. There we go. And they've got other functions you can use and everything else. Integromat's really cool for setting different automations up with data and passing things back and forth. We could even make an outbound connection to another service. Say we capture the data here and we send it out to MailerLite, but say we want to send it somewhere else now, we can go ahead and do so by sending it over to Google Sheets or a group, information of pages, fresh service, literally hundreds of things here that you can do. I say just play around with it. This is definitely something I'm going to be using more in my business here in the near future, besides what I'm using it now for sending people over to become subscribers on my email list. You can find the links for Integromat and MailerLite underneath resource links within the system, and you can do so just by going to Site Settings, Useful Resources. So we've got autoresponder services here. I've got MailerLite, MailChimp, and Aweber listed here with links to get those. Different carding systems, automation services. So here's Integromat, Macros Engine by Eamon for creating web automation software, similar to Ubot. SaaSet, which creates web-based SaaS platforms with automation, so you can have everything web-based. So it's a multi-platformed product creator. Proxies, servers, traffic resources, capture solving services, buying bulk accounts. So this is just a bunch of resources that I found useful that I use constantly. Also feel free to join the group, my YouTube channel, the Skype group, the resource group here which I belong to, which is just filled with buyers and information that you can also promote your products in to get some grab cash and really promote and get great feedback too. It's a great group to get feedback on products. Whether it's just an idea that you're looking for feedback on before completing and building it, or if it's something that you've already built and you want to promote it, you can put it up for sale in here, and they usually ask that you get the best discount possible there than anywhere else. So it helps benefit the community better within there. Right here you can also get the 21 different plugins that I've got available for Ubot Studio. You can click to view the plugin information. You can get them here by signing up to an email list, or you can also click here and it'll be delivered on Facebook Messenger for you. So hopefully this has helped for Integromat and some of the resources that are available inside of the Ultimate Edition for your web-based admin panel. Thank you.